looks that you can still get if you're headed out to the racetrack. Joining us this morning, stylist Dean Hall as well as Maria Von Losch. Thank you guys for being here. This is so much fun. I can't believe it's already here once again. Let's talk about what we're seeing color-wise and look-wise for this summer. Dean, we can start first with you.
Yes, with women, it's going to be bold, bold, bold coloring and fun shapes. We're going to see a lot of that this season.
And Maria, you're seeing the same thing?
With the men's style, a lot of linens, seersucker, still a big deal,
Yes.
Panama hats and fedora hats.
Very good. Okay, so we have several models to show. I'm going to
do.
sort of take you through the decades because a lot of what Del Mar fashion is throwback style, and people like to kind of do a little throwback. So we're going to start first with the 1930s, right?
Yes.
All right, this is our first couple. Oh, look at this. I love the seersucker head to toe.
So let's talk about the seersucker. So this was introduced in the 30s. Fedora is introduced as well. And this is an event style suit for the men.
Okay, very good.
For the 30s, right after the flapper era, it was less about being glitz and glam as far as the clothing, but they still kept that kind of shapeless style. And again, the hats were a little bit of a minimalistic approach that they took, which is Carol Bader design of the Del Mar Hat Company.
Beautiful. You know what's interesting? The head to toe seersucker. My little boy, I had him dress in head to toe for Easter. He's 2.
Yeah.
But some people might be intimidated by so much seersucker, but that's okay for opening day.
It's okay, and it looks sharp. It's clean.
Yeah.
And this suit was by it sold out Les Chauvinistes in La Jolla, actually.
Very cool. Let's get to the next couple. This is from the 1940s right here. Love their looks.
Ultra feminine. Again, this is where the hemline was a little bit higher than we saw in the 30s, but it was still very figure flattering, and women embraced their curves back then. So this is the perfect party dress by Halston, bold coloring like we said, and you can pair it with a great stiletto, or if you're going to be walking, you can opt for a wedge and do a really, really good fun hat, but don't let it overpower your dress. If you're going to do a bold dress, do a simple hat.
Oh, good point. Very good point.
And with the men's, it was, actually wartime, so wool was restricted. So linen and cottons were a big deal, and it was also an introduction to pleat-free trousers for men as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. Let's get to our next couple, and they are from the 1950s.
This was all about tailoring for the women. Things are going to be a lot more tailored at the top,
Okay.
and then it kind of fills out at the bottom, so you can see that we've got that full skirt on our gorgeous model with a great fascinator from the Village Shop. Then again, this is from Halston. It's clean, it's sleek, it's womanly, but then as like I said before, it kind of billows out at the bottom.
Beautiful.
And for the men, it was, conservative lines, trim lines, tailoring, a little bit gangster, but not too much. So we got that going on with that. And again, the suit and the from head to toe, Les Chauvinistes and La Jolla provided the outfit.
Awesome stuff. Okay, let's get to our next couple from the 1960s. You can definitely tell we've transitioned to the 60s.
Yes, mod mania. The greatest way to really wear this trend is that we've seen it there. The hemlines have come up a lot, but the sleeves have gone down. So you're going to see a lot of long sleeve dresses with a higher hem, which balances it out to give it that box feeling, which was really, really iconic during that time. Twiggy was a huge fan of that. Paired with the perfect pillbox hat.
I love that.
And with the men, we've got different colors going on, a lot of grooviness, prints and patterns, florals, checkers, oranges and browns, and wider lapels. So, and again, from Les Chauvinistes and La Jolla.
I like how his pants kind of very subtly go with her dress. They look like a couple for sure. Let's get to our last look from the 1970s.
My favorite. I wish I was
Disco.
21 back then.
Disco.
Nothing is more iconic of the 70s than a jumpsuit. I mean, we saw Bianca Jagger wearing it, Janice, everyone wore that. This is a great way to do it. Again, simple. And if you're going to do a simple, solid monotone, go for a bold, bright color fascinator. And the jewelry during that time was very simple as well. As you can see, she's wearing Charles Darius. It's again very simple, very minimalistic, all about 70s.
Very cool.
And for the men, it was all about the leisure suit. It was the peacock revolution, so they needed to, get out there and sport their duds. But again, for event style, you can modernize it with more of a linen fabric instead of the traditional polyester.
We have our darling kids joining us here as well. They look awesome. I love it. Very good. Okay, if you want to get more information on any of the looks that you just saw here today, more info from Dean and Maria, you can go to our website, foxeyesandiego.com.